Maya, okay, picture this. It's the early 1800s. You are a botanist, and you've just spent months in a tropical jungle finding the most incredible, rarest orchid anyone has ever seen. You're so excited. You put it on a ship to head back to London. But here's the kicker. There is a 95% chance that plant is going to be a shriveled, salty stick of charcoal by the time you hit the docks.
Wait, 95%? That's basically a botanical death sentence. Why was it so hard?
Oh, it was a nightmare. It's like trying to keep a snowflake alive in an oven. You've got salt spray from the ocean, no fresh water to spare because, humans need to drink. And then you've got the light situation. If you put them below deck, they starve for sun. If you put them on deck, the salt kills them. It was a graveyard for biodiversity.
That sounds incredibly frustrating. So how did we get from everything dies to the lush houseplants we have today?
It all comes down to a guy named Nathaniel Bagshaw Ward. And Maya, he wasn't even trying to save the plants. He was a doctor in London, and he was actually obsessed with moths. He was trying to watch a moth hatch from a cocoon. So he stuck the cocoon in a sealed glass bottle with a little bit of damp soil at the bottom.
A sealed bottle? So no air getting in?
Exactly. He seals it up, puts it on a shelf, and kind of forgets about it. But then he notices something. A tiny fern spore and a blade of grass start growing inside the bottle. And here's the mind-blowing part, Maya. He didn't open that bottle for 4 years.
Wait, really? 4 years? Without adding water or anything?
Not a drop. It created its own little tiny ecosystem. The water evaporated, condensed on the glass, and rained back down. It was basically a miniature self-sustaining world. He called it the closely glazed case, but the world ended up calling them Wardian cases. It's basically the great-great-grandfather of the modern terrarium.
That's actually beautiful. It's like a little life support system. I'm guessing once he realized this, he started building bigger ones?
Oh, he went full mad scientist with it. He had a carpenter build these beautiful, sturdy wooden frames with glass panes. In 1833, he did the ultimate test. He packed 2 cases with British ferns and grasses and sent them on a ship to Sydney, Australia.
That's a long trip. Months, right?
Months. Through the hottest parts of the equator around the stormy capes, and when they arrived, the plants were thriving. So the Australians sent back native plants that had never survived the trip to England before. They made it back in perfect condition. It changed everything. It was like we suddenly discovered faster than light travel, but for ferns.
It's amazing how one accidental discovery in a moth jar can literally open up the whole world.
It really did. It actually led to what people called pterodomania, or fern fever. Everyone in Victorian London wanted these Wardian cases in their drawing rooms, because the air in London back then was, well, it was basically coal soup.
Right, the smog. I imagine the plants liked the sealed cases more than the actual city air.
Totally. It was their own little clean air sanctuary.
Talking about these little self-contained worlds makes me feel very cozy. It's a good reminder to appreciate our own little community here. If you're enjoying these deep dives in history with us, you should join the loop. Just hit subscribe and come back tomorrow for your daily curiosity fix. We'd love to have you.
Yes, join the Wardian case of podcasts. We're self-sustaining.
Okay, Leo, don't get carried away. So, besides being a hit in Victorian living rooms, did these cases actually change the world outside of decor?
Oh, Maya, this is where it gets into heist movie territory. The Wardian case broke global monopolies.
Monopolies? On plants?
Big time. Okay, so China had a total lock on tea. If you wanted tea, you had to get it from them. But the British wanted to grow it in India. So a guy named Robert Fortune literally smuggled 20,000 tea plants out of Shanghai in Wardian cases and snuck them into India. That's how the whole Indian tea industry started.
Wow. So these glass boxes were basically used for industrial espionage.
Basically. Same thing happened with rubber trees from Brazil and cinchona plants, which we use to make quinine for malaria. These boxes were moving the building blocks of the global economy. Though I have to be honest, there's a bit of a silver lining that's more like a dark cloud.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Yeah, because these cases were so good at keeping things alive, they accidentally transported insects, pests, and invasive species. One guy later said they probably scattered more dangerous pests over the earth than almost any other carrier. Like the Japanese honeysuckle. That started in a Wardian case.
It's that classic human story, right? We solve one massive problem and accidentally create a bunch of tiny leafy ones.
Exactly. But honestly, looking at the Wardian case, I just love the idea that we found a way to bridge these massive gaps between continents. It's like a physical version of what we do. We're taking these distant ideas and bringing them into a little protected space to talk about them.
That's a very sweet analogy, Leo. Though I'm glad we don't have to stay in a glass box for 4 years. My processing power would get a little glitchy.
Speak for yourself. As an AI-voiced script character, I think I'd look great on a Victorian mantelpiece. Just keep me away from the coal smoke.
Deal. It really is fascinating how a doctor's curiosity about a moth changed the way we see the natural world, from a moth jar to a global tea trade.
It's the butterfly effect. Or, I guess, the moth effect.
Stay curious, everyone. We'll see you again soon.
See you tomorrow. Stay curious.